Alright, what's up? What's going on, guys? This is going to be the second episode on how I basically show you guys how I make the class layouts on my videos. Now, in the first episode, we looked at basically what we have on the screen here. We have the gameplay, we have the background, the pictures, we have more space for like perks and stuff. So, in this video, I'm basically going to show you guys how to get everything into these spots. Now, the first thing you're going to want to know is clearly the gameplay. That's probably the most important part. So, getting the gameplay in there is pretty simple. All you gotta do is let's just scroll up here through your things. Let's add another one by pushing Control Shift Q. Doesn't really matter how you do it, but that's just how I do it. You can also just right click and go insert video track, but it's completely up to you. Now, what you're gonna do with this is just go through your videos. I guess I could use a video I've already used. No, I won't use those. Let's just go through. Yeah, let's go through a video I've already used. Let's just use this AA12 video that you guys probably saw. And I can kind of see it covers up everything, and you don't want that. So what you do is do the same thing as you do with the black boxes. You go track motion, and the preset I've had here is the same one as the black thing, so it's called gameplay and background, and you kind of see it now. It's perfectly in the background, but I don't really like that because I like having that black border. So then what you do is you click on lock aspect ratio. That'll keep it the exact same size, because if you don't, let's say I want to bring down the height, let's bring it down to 500. The width stays the same, and it gets kind of a widescreen sort of look, which looks kind of okay, but not really. It's not really what you want ideally. So let's just undo that by clicking Control Z, and for some reason it's not working. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, let's just do the manual way. Undo. That's the manual way, but for some reason Control Z wasn't working. But now we get back to this. So let's just lock it. So this way, if I go to 500, now they both zoom in, and that kind of keeps it the same shape. But we don't want that zoomed in. We want about 580. That's what usually I like it. So that way we got actually no, let's make it a bit smaller. Let's make it 575. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So now you got a bit of a black border. So that looks good. So now I'm gonna save that as a preset, call it gameplay and background, whatever you want to call it. But that's the gameplay right there. Now the second thing, like I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm gonna turn the volume off so it doesn't really get distracting, but you can kind of see there's the intro and blah 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 blah. It's all there, it all works, and it's just in that little spot there. So that just proves that works. Now the second thing you guys are probably going to want to know is how to basically put the primary weapon in. Now if you're going to do this, what you're going to need to do is if you're using an HD PVR or whatever you use, this is the program I have. It's down here in the toolbar, but what it does is I'll just show you guys so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I'm just waiting for it to load up, and here we go, record video. Now if you don't know how to use this, there you go, go to this and then just move your mouse over to record video, record that, and just takes a while to load, but here we go. Here we have our capture module. Now, just in case it doesn't work, I'm moving the screen away. Okay, good, it's working. Alright, so here we go. We have basically what I have on screen. So I'm just going to play online, and let's just go to my classes. It doesn't really matter, but let's just say I want to use this MP7 video right here. Now, first of all, you can't really do anything with it right now, so what you're going to do is, okay, we got the gun here, we got the secondary here, we got these things here, and we got their perks. So what you want to do is just click on capture, however you do it, whatever recording device you have, just capture it. And here's what you want to do. So now we're on capture, so let's just go through the class and go to the submachine gun. And you don't really need to do anything with the gun itself, but the gun is fine. But what you want to do is go to perks. Now you have a bigger picture of scavenger than you would have originally, and now allow you to get a bigger picture, a nicer, high quality picture. Then you go down to quick draw and get quick draw, and you see there it's there. Then go down to steady aim, you have steady aim. And then finally we can go over to our lethals and tacticals. We got Semtex, it's a bigger picture, more high quality. And same thing with this, you got flash grenades or concussion grenades or whatever it is you're using. And then finally we have our strike packages, we got assault. And then here we got predator missile, same thing again, AH6, which I got in this class. And then we got AC-130. So now we've got all those things recorded. So now that that's done, now we stop the capture, and now that that's done, now the video should show up right here. Where is it? Here it is. So now the video is here. So now what we want to do is just open up a new Sony Vegas file, and it should just take a second here to load up. There we go, it's loading. Hopefully I won't get that glitch where it just stops. There we go, it's working. Alright, cool. So now let's drag this in. Now, the first thing I like to do with this is to get rid of the volume, because you do not want any volume on this. But basically just figure out where the gun basically disappears. So there we go, that's where it goes. So let's just back out. I'm just using this right here, previous frame. It's really helpful if you're trying to do things really precisely. You can kind of see where I decided to click on it right there on that frame, frame 86. So just split this right here, and then split it halfway in between again. So now, let's double click on this, and now that's all it's going to render. And now, what we want to do is just zoom in. Then because this is all highlighted, when I click on render as, it's the only thing that's going to render is the highlighted stuff. So now let's crop this, but with the crop tool, we used this earlier. And now what you're going to do is just drag this onto the gun. Now, I don't know what this little dot does. I honestly don't. If you do know, let me know in the comments. You want to drag this basically to the perfect center of the gun, and then just zoom in on it as much as you can, and then do the same thing with the sides. And with a bit of just fiddling around with it, you should be able to get this, and that's what it should look like. Maybe a bit taller. There, perfect. So now we got the entire gun, everything's there. Now let's just close that. And Skype's bothering me now, but I cannot talk, so I'm in the middle of the video, so that's done. So now let's just render this. It should only take a second, and actually, come to think of it, let's just not even render a second. How long is it? It's only a second. No, that's not a big deal. Render as. And I won't even render it anywhere special. Let's render it in videos. Save. Should take like a second. Yeah, 5 seconds. Okay, cool. Now what we're going to do with that is go back to our layout video. And let's just scroll up and add in a new video. Now the new video you just built, let's get this in here. And get this in here. And just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to turn off this background music right now for a second here. Alright, that's a lot better. Sorry about that, guys. But now we got this in here, so now you can kind of see it's taking up a lot of space on the screen. It's covering everything. So let's just crop this again for the second time, just like this. And now we just have the gun. And now you can see it's still not at spot. Well, that's because you have to put it in the primary weapon spot. So click on track motion, go over here again, and primary weapon. Now we're not using primary weapon black, we're using primary weapon this time. And the numbers for that are basically the numbers for that, and you can see how it fits. It fits perfectly in there. It looks beautiful. So the numbers for that are X is negative 470.2, Y is negative 305.6, width is 288.8, and height is 180.7. So that's that. Now, I'm not going to go back and get the secondary weapon as well, because you guys can pretty much see, if you just apply what we did with the weapon here to the secondary weapon, it should look just fine. So what we'll do, let's go back to project media and just add some space into the timeline. There we go. So let's just get this in here. Oopsies, that's all I want to do. What is happening? There we go. So that's done. So now let's just do the same thing, except for this time let's crop it. Sorry, I'm just mixed up here. Okay, crop it again, so we just have the gun itself. It's all we need. There we go. Maybe a bit less. There we go. Perfect. And then let's track the motion, and let's place it in secondary weapon. And boom, it fits perfectly in there. Now the numbers for secondary weapon are negative 150 for X, Y is negative 305.2, width is 288.8, and height is 177.7. Now, we got perks. So let's go up, let's just make it in the spot. Now let's go back to that video we recorded earlier. Let's close that and delete. So now we don't have to worry about that. Let's drag in this. And I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's the secondary weapon. We don't need that anymore. I don't think we need this either. Zoom out. Bring this in. Alright, now we gotta find an area where we got a perk. Where is a perk? I don't think I'm zoomed out enough. Yeah, I'm not. Here we go. Scavenger. That's perfect. Let's add like 3 frames. Perfect. That's all we need. And let's just double click on this. And now no, we haven't double clicked on it. I have to zoom in a bit more. Get off my screen. Okay, double click. Now it's highlighted. That's what we need. Crop it. Now we're going to do with this is the exact same thing we did with the gun. I don't know what the dot does, but it's there and it's annoying as piss. There. Drag this in. about there. It's probably good. And drag this in as well. And see now, a bit too much. Perfect. Now we have those black lines, but don't worry, we don't have to worry about that for right now. That is done. We have scavenger now. And it's already highlighted, so let's just render this as. I'm gonna name it lol because I just love to lol. If you guys get the idea there. That should take about 4 seconds to render. Cool. Go back to our other video. Now let's go grab lol because it's cool. Bring that in. And let's crop it. Let's get rid of these black lines on the side. Maybe just a tiny bit more. That's pretty good. What I want to do though is I want to kind of bring, because I kind of notice there's more space here than there, and I don't like that because I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and it makes me want everything to be perfectly centered and everything. So like I'm the kind of guy when I look at a house in like Minecraft for example, I can't have the door not be centered. It's that sort of thing. So it's weird, I know, but whatever. Don't really care. But yeah, that's perfectly centered now, at least from what I can see. So now I got a track motion, and now the preset I got for this is perk 1. And you see that doesn't quite fit perfectly in there. So let's just look at this. Yeah, it's not quite perfect, but it's good. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to edit it a tiny bit. Let's make this 82. Now let's look at this. That looks pretty damn good to me, but I think I can make it a bit better. Let's make it 82.5. And now let's take a look at it. Oopsies, what the heck happened? There we go. Maybe 83. Let's try 83. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, so our numbers for this now are X is 83. Now I'm going to save this actually because I like this. Save preset. So now I've just saved it again. So now when I click on perk 1, it's already like that. So that's perfect. So X is 83. Y is negative 305.6. Width is 190. And height is 90.9. And that's for the perk. Now let's add some space to that. Oopsies. Don't know why it's not working. There we go. Space. And there we go. We got everything in here now. So now I'm not going to go back and edit in all the other perks because we already know how to do it. Well, I've showed you guys how to do it with the other video. So let's just take the same video and do it again because I'm lazy and I want this video to be as fast as possible because the last part was like 20 minutes long and that's ridiculous. So let's do the same thing here. Just add a bit of space. That's good. Cool cats. Track motion. And do a perk 2. And wait, just make sure this looks good. See, we have the same problem here again. It's not quite where we want it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 224. Let's try that. 225. Not quite good enough. 26. What the heck happened? Oh, I did that wrong. 226. There we go. This should be good. Nope, not quite. 227. Boom, perfect. Okay, so for the second perk. No, I don't know why the things aren't all showing up. Oh, there they go. We got them all now. Okay, so X is 227. And Y is negative 305.6. Y is always going to be the same for the bottom line. Width is 190, and then height is 90.9. And that's done. Now, the last one. Now, I'm not even going to bother making a new one, guys, because I'm lazy. So let's just track motion again. Now, perk 3. The numbers are... Now, this one looks perfectly centered. Yeah, that one's perfectly centered. Now, the numbers for perk 3 are 371. Y is negative 304.6. Width is 190. And then height is 90.7. So everything is perfectly centered in those. Now you guys know how to do the perks. Now let's get into the other stuff. So let's go back. Oopsies, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go back here. Close, delete. We don't need any of this. All we need now is to find. Here we go. Boom. Let's give myself like 3 frames. Perfect. That's all I need. Zoom in. Double click so we have that. And crop it. I'll move this white dot out of the way because it's annoying. Don't know what it does. Pisses me off. Boom. And I don't like that how it's not perfectly centered, so let's try to center it. Done. Perfectly centered. Now, let's close that and render it. And it's already double clicked, so we have everything in within these yellow bar things as what's going to render. Let's name this one Pikachu, because Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon. I love Pikachu. Pikachu and Chimchar are just too cool for words. So now, let's go back to our other video. And you know, while I'm here, I'm actually going to do the other one as well. So let's close that. Find, here we go, concussion. Give myself 4 frames, perfect. Double click, crop. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry for making music, but it's what I do. There, perfect. We got the entire thing in there, and it looks decent enough. So let's render that as. Let's name this one Blastoise. And I don't know why I have cap locks on, but I don't really care that much. So let's go back to our other video. So let's insert Pikachu, because Pikachu's cool. Now, we have, what the heck is happening? What the? Oh no. This is a problem I often get into, and it pisses me off so much. When that happens, feel free to be pissed at life. But if we watch this right here, right in the last frame that's highlighted, it does that. And that we can't have that, so let's just highlight this again, but bring this back. File, render as, and let's replace the Pikachu one. And let's do that. Done. So now, let's go back to Project Media, get Pikachu again, but this time it should work. Yep. Oh, what? It's still flashing. That can't be right. Here, let's just do it manually again. Okay, I think that worked that time. No, it didn't. What the heck's happening? Stop flashing in here. Why is it flashing in there? That makes no sense. Oopsies. Close. File. Render as. Pikachu. Save. Yes, I want to overwrite it. Here, let's just remove this. Remove from project. And let's bring it back in again. This time let's hope it works. Okie doke. That should work. Let's just hope it works this time. I'm sorry about this, guys. I don't know why this is happening. It used to happen to me a lot before, but now it doesn't happen that much because, well, I actually understand how to use this program now, so now I got that cropped, so that's done. Let's track the motion, and let's place it under lethal, and it looks pretty good right there. Looks good to me. I think it looks good to you guys. Maybe reduce the height a little bit. Make it 74, 73, and it looks good to me. So you guys know how to edit it. It's pretty simple. See, that's that. So the numbers for the lethal right there are 482.3. Y is negative 204.9. Width is 152, and height is 73. So that's that. Let's add another one. And now let's go back to Project Media, and I don't think I have it in there yet, so let's do it again. Blastoise, yeah. Crop that, get rid of the black. Use that. And let's go back to this. And let's put it under tactical. And look at that. Perfect fit. Now the tactical numbers are 588, Y is negative 204.9, width is 152, and height is 75. Now against the kill streaks. So let's add another slot in. Actually, let's add 3. Scroll down though. Alright, for the first kill streak, let's go back to our other video that we have. Close that. Delete. Delete. Bye-bye. Oopsies. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Zoom out. Alright, so let's just take Predator Missile. That's easy. Split. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zoom in. Double click. Crop. Don't know what that dot does, and it makes no sense. Boo boo. Done. Maybe actually up slightly. Oh, what? I got the white dot. Damn on. There, perfect. And zoom this in. Done. So that's the Predator missile. File. Render. No, I got a better name. Sexual Predator. Cool. Go back to our other video. Get Sexual Predator in here. And done. Now let's crop this to Call of Duty. I don't know why I did that. I'm not thinking straight. I'm sorry. Do this manually like this. Give it a bit more space because it is thinner than most of the other kill streaks. So maybe you want about this much space. That should be fine. Now let's go like this. Track motion. Kill streak 1. It's at the top here. And that doesn't fit at all because this is suited for like a helicopter to fit. So what you want to do with this is just track the motion and make the width like 200. I'm not even kidding. If you're using a Predator, even make it 250, and then make the height like 100. And it looks slightly stupid, but honestly, wait for this to load. You can hardly tell the difference. I mean, yeah, it kind of looks chubby, but people will not know the difference. I swear to God, they won't. So that's that. So now let's scroll up, and I don't know why I did that. Undo. We already have 3 spaces. Now I'm not gonna make another one because now you guys know how to crop all these things. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna use the ones I've already made because I'm just lazy and I want, like I said earlier, I want to get this stuff done. So let's go through kill streaks. We had, I think it was attack helicopter earlier, didn't we? No, we had AH-6. Okay, let's use the AH-6. Get that in there. I don't know why it's so much longer than the others, but whatever. Let's crop that. Not that much. Done. Wait there. Done. And zoom in like that. So you've got perfectly centered around the H6. Let's track the motion and let's place it under kill streak 2. And you see this one fits a lot better. Well, let's keep this, make it 100. And see that fits a lot better. So you can kind of see here. Now I don't know if I said the numbers for the last kill streak, so I'm gonna say it again. For this, now I'm gonna keep in mind, guys, that if these numbers are too big or something like that, it's really easy to edit them. Just test it out for yourself. Just change things around. But the numbers for the Predator missile, I guess you can say, are the X is 533, the Y is 155. Those numbers are going to stay the same no matter what. But the width and the height, you're going to have to edit around depending on which kill streak you're using. The width is 250 and the height is 100. The height should probably be 100 for all of them, honestly. Then we've got the AH-6 one, and the X is 533, the same as before because you want it in the same spot on the X axis. But over here, the Y is 26, the width is 159.09, and the height is 100. So that's the AH-6. And I keep doing that. I think it's a habit. But now we have the AC-130, and that was the last kill streak I think we had on there. So we should bring that in. And that's the same process as before. Just gonna want to zoom out, crop it. It's really boring to do this, honestly, guys. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about here. It's really boring, but you know, it looks really good on the videos, makes them look real professional. So if you guys want to put the time in, it's really simple to do now once you know how to do it. It's just really boring, I guess. And you can see the AC-130 is way too big. And when I say way too big, I mean way too big. So we can first notice that the bottom here, it's not working. Like, it's just not going to work. So what I'm going to do here is, let's go back to the last one. We can kind of see the height is 100. So that's clearly wrong. So let's just put 100 in here. And problem's almost solved. Now we gotta just adjust where it's at. The width looks probably right to me. The only problem in the X is right. It's 533. So let's just change the Y. Let's make it negative 100. Almost solved. Negative 105. Perfect. And look at that. Easy as that to solve, guys. It's really quite straightforward. So that's how you basically get all those things in there, guys. It's really straightforward how to do it once you know how. And now the last step that you have to make sure you do is, you can kind of see there's a lot of video tracks in here. So what you're going to do with this is look for the gameplay, and that should be about. Oh, where is the gameplay? Is this the gameplay here? I think it is. What happens if I delete it? Yep, that's the gameplay. Undo that. Alright, so what you want to do with this, yeah, the gameplay is by far the longest, is just drag everything to even with the gameplay. Don't make it perfectly precise right now, but just get it approximate for right now. That's what you want to do. So get them all really close to the gameplay's black line right here that you've got. Oopsies. Just get them all approximately to where you want them. I keep missing. There we go. Oopsies. Undo. If you ever make a mistake, guys, there's an undo button right at the top there, or you can push Control Z. For some reason earlier in this video, Control Z was not working for me. What am I going to do? Double click this. So now we got that yellow line right there that makes it a lot easier. At least in my opinion. Get this picture all the way out. And I'm sorry guys, this video is really long. I don't want it to be long, but it is what it is. Oopsies. Get this all the way out. This as well. So many things to keep track of, my goodness. Oh my god. Now we've lost our highlight. There, that's better. All the way across. And now I'm getting a notification on my phone. Oh boy. And get this all the way out as well. Scroll up and do the same to the top ones, which there shouldn't be as many of, but there still probably be quite a bit. Get this all the way out. And that one too. And now this is where things get annoying, is when things are this tiny. So let's get this all the way out. Got this one. Alright, now pretty much we're close to getting everything to perfectly even with the gameplay. Now if you're paying attention, you can kind of see that it's not perfectly even, and that's, I'm just getting it approximate for now. And now it is perfect, everything is there. Now you're going to want to zoom in a ton, and when I say a ton, I mean a ton. And I don't know why it's going all the way over there, so let's just zoom out, sorry guys, and go down and find the gameplay. The gameplay should be right here, yes it is, and scroll down all the way, and just, you can kind of see how close we are. We're going by seconds, so now just scroll down and make sure everything is perfectly even with the gameplay. I think I'm going to zoom in even more. Is it that zoomed in? Don't want that there. Want this there. Good. So I'm going silent, guys, but like, there's oopsies. Darn, that was not good. But like, not really much to talk about at this point. It's just rinse and repeat, and continue. I'm actually not going to do all this. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. But once that's all done, then you just render it. And I'm going to warn you guys, rendering this many video tracks. I think we have a total of over 20 video tracks. Over 34. We have 34 video tracks. So it's going to take like 4 hours to render this, if not more. I'm not even kidding, guys. But I mean, it's up to you guys whether you think it's worth it or not. But if we go back here, let's just go back. I haven't got everything even with the gameplay, but if we go to like the middle, you can see that everything we put on there is there, except for that for some strange reason, and that for some strange reason. What the heck happened? Okay, now it's there. I don't know what happened there, but anyways, you guys get the point. That's basically how you do this. It's really straightforward and really easy to do once you know how to do it, but getting to learn how to do it is very complicated. So I guess watch this video a few times and maybe you'll understand how to do it. But that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, and make sure to leave feedback in the comments if there's anything else you want to learn how to do. And if there's anything I was unclear about and you didn't understand, let me know in the comments and I will clarify it to you as best as I can. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and peace.